Quelle femme peut dire qu'elle n'a jamais subi
Which woman can say that they haven't been the victim of sexist and sexual violence at some point, chauvinist remark, harassment on the street, even a slap, humiliation to femicide. This is on the continuum of violence in patriarchal society. All women are victims of this. They come up, of course, with ways to adapt. How can we live in a society where we compare our social interaction, alcohol consumption, with the risk of aggression? But our bodies aren't for anyone to touch. We feel rage, we feel anger. Women have had enough. They don't want to be the victims of violence on our streets or in our homes, in intimate family surroundings. No, they're all men, not all men, but they are all men. They are in the gym, in our group of friends, on TV, in our families, and sometimes even in our political parties. And some defend themselves by saying, she didn't say no. Rape is the only crime where the perpetrator feels innocent and it is the victim who feels guilty. Look at the Gisèle Pellicot case in Mazan. There are those who, despite raping the drugged body of Gisèle Pellicot, said that they did not commit rape. We're talking about mindset and culture of rape. There isn't an equality minister in France, and yet we could start off with something straightforward. In the Mazan Gisèle Pellicot trial, we have to think about the whole issue of consent. Consent has to be put in French legislation and EU legislation. We can do something straightforward. We have to have consent-based rape legislation. We would have adopted this if Macron hadn't sided with Orban in order to throw a spanner in the works, and so many perpetrators are never brought to justice. We have to look at sex education, which the far right hates. We have to do something so that the shame changes camp. Thank you.
Thank you. And colleague Bostor for the European of Sovereign Nations.